Well, Broncos country, what is poppin', man? It's your boy Mark here with Marky Sports. Hope y'all having a wonderful day so far. We got a lot of news, surprisingly, to talk about now in the slow off season of the NFL football year. But the Broncos had made a roster move yesterday, and as a result, made a corresponding roster move today. We're going to dig into those moves. What does it mean? Is it anything of significance? And in addition to that, we got some training camp updates as well. So like and subscribe if you guys aren't already, man. In this slower period, I'm going to start putting out some more content revolving around other Denver sports teams, such as the Avalanche and the Nuggets, as news breaks for those organizations. But I'm getting into some fantasy football, man. I'm a big fantasy football fan. So I'd love to you guys' thoughts, comments, feedback, everything down below in the comments. Let's get right into it, man. Yesterday, the Denver Broncos had signed cornerback Mario Goodrich from the UFL. This is the second year in a row the Broncos have signed somebody before training camp from the UFL. Last year, obviously, we struck gold, man, with Dondrea Tillman, who my buddy David with David Talks Broncos labeled as the Myles Garrett of the UFL. Well, he nailed it. He was absolutely that. He was the best pass rusher, and his game translated phenomenally for the team. He had 5 sacks last year. He was a great contributor and a wonderful depth piece to an edge room that helped lead the entire NFL in sacks overall. So that was great to see. And this time the Broncos had signed a cornerback, Mario Goodrich. Now, I'm not going to lie. I thought we would see a corresponding move or two before training camp. I did not think it was going to be a cornerback. But one thing that we have noticed with Sean Payton and George Payton at the helm is that whenever you think they're going to sign a player at a certain position, it's always going to be a corner. Even if you think it's not going to be a corner. Happened with the draft with Jahdae Barron. Happened now with Mario Goodrich. But talking about Mario Goodrich, man, he's a pretty interesting player, right? He's a little bit of a taller corner, but he's skinnier, right? David Talks Broncos has a really good breakdown of this. I'll link his video description down below. But, you know, he's 6 foot, 186 pounds, really solid in his time in the UFL over the course of the last 2 years. He really broke out this year with 5 pass breakups, which you love to see. And he was a productive player in college, man. Somebody that ended up coming out undrafted. He was signed by the Philadelphia Eagles. Then he got waived with roster cuts. And then he signed with the Giants, got waived there, and then was with the Birmingham Stallions for this past season in the UFL. And he's been somebody that I feel like has been pretty solid overall. Like I said, he's not really a big touchdown getter, but he's great in coverage by what it seems like. Doesn't let a lot of balls get past him, and he gets a lot of PBUs as well. So he's going to be an interesting player to watch during camp. I think at best for him, just given how deep we are in the cornerback room, given that he hasn't really played a lot of football in general, not even just in the UFL, he's probably going to be a practice squad candidate. But you never know. You never know how people kind of, pop off when they get into the league. As a result, we had released Tanner McAllister. Tanner McAllister being somebody that we've had on the team for, I think, the last 2 years. He's been on the practice squad, if I'm not mistaken. He's also a former Clemson player, and he was moved to safety after being mainly I believe he was a corner. Let me make sure I get this information right. I believe he was a cornerback in college, and then he moved over to safety. Regardless, he was with the Broncos last year in January, signed a reserve contract with us, and was on the practice squad this past season. Didn't really pop off a lot. He was kind of hoarding the number 30. So the staff as a whole, they felt like they've seen enough of what they had with Tanner McAllister, given that he's been here for over a year in practices and on the practice squad and all that good stuff in the preseason last year. And they felt like they wanted to switch it up and bring somebody else. So, hey, it's not going to be a bad move. It's not like you're getting rid of a player that you felt like was going to be a really big-time contributor, and you're adding to the room. And we'll see. We'll see what Mario Goodrich can be from a standpoint of special teams and as a player as a whole. You never know, man. I think the more darts that you throw, the more guys that you bring into training camp, the more competition that you can create is always going to be a good thing. So solid overall. Looking forward to seeing what Mario Goodrich can do here with the Denver Broncos as training camp is about to begin. Speaking of training camp, we got some training camp updates per the Denver Broncos themselves. The Broncos will be training camp is officially announced. They will start training camp on July 22nd, so about 35 days from now. They'll report on a Tuesday They're one of 26 teams whose veteran will report on that day. But they also did announce that the Broncos are going to have a joint practice with the San Francisco 49ers. It was originally reported that it would be the Arizona Cardinals once we hosted them here before week 2 preseason game. We have switched that up. It is going to be in San Francisco, so at their facilities ahead of the week 1 preseason game. So pretty interesting. I don't think we've ever had it to where we have a joint practice that early. But it's always good, man. I enjoy these joint practices. I think that they're really a good thing for both teams. A little bit weird that they're doing it this early, but I know that we also have I think we have 2 of the 3 preseason games on the road. I think we're on the road, then we're at home with Arizona, and then we're on the road again in Indy. So Sean Payton probably didn't want to have the final, preseason game or, joint practice be on the road. He wanted to kind of remain at home and take advantage of what it is that they had with the Niners. And obviously there's a lot of history between us and the San Francisco 49ers with the ties in the front office. So it's a lot easier to put those things together. So that's going to be interesting, man. We'll see, we'll see how that all unfolds, but I'm pumped up for training camp. But short video, guys. That's all I got for you, man. Let me know below in the comments what you think about the signing of cornerback Mario Goodrich from the Birmingham Stallions. And also, let me know if there's any other content you guys want to see. Do you want to see me grade past drafts, talk about best players, best memories in Broncos history? Let me know. It's a slow time of the year, and I love to get ideas from you guys if you feel like it'll be fun to listen to. Otherwise, y'all stay safe, man. Take it easy. Go Broncos, and peace.